going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NWO extravaganza. We are back on my channel this week. Unfortunately, I didn't make it last week because I've been just tired as hell because I'm back to work. But how's it going, everybody?
Great.
Good.
Football's almost here.
It's I'm just glad I'm able to do this today after a lot of us have been having a rough weekend, so I'm just glad to be able to talk with you guys. So instead of wasting time and saying goofy things, I guess we should just get to the giant elephant that's in the room. And that elephant is, according to Matt Mayoka, for everybody that doesn't know, who's going to either watch this on replay or is watching live.
What pinche elephant?
If everything goes as planned, Brock Purdy should be able to throw or play, they said, by late October. Was it October 21st? And if all goes well, he will be the starting quarterback come week 1 of the NFL season. Not Trey Lance.
How's he going to come back October and then start week 1 in September?
August 21st, I think.
I think I meant to say.
Oh, you meant August.
Sorry, I made a boo-boo.
I was like, that's not something I heard. Wow.
he's retroactively going back in time to start.
He starts in October, but he starts week 1 in September. I'm like,
see, guys, my brain is still fried from the sun last week. So
I'm just having fun with you, bro.
Is this the Berenstein Bears a thing?
Berenstein Bears? I forgot. I know about the Berenstein Bears, but I have no idea what your reference is.
It's the Berenstein Bears. Go look it up.
I'll check it out.
And we all remember it as the Berenstein Bears, but it's the Berenstein Bears. Go look it up.
I will in a second. Hold on. I wanted to go throw this. So let's start with Beto. Let's start with the OG. He's been through a lot of good and bad quarterbacks. What's your
oh no shit.
What's your are you just like over this, man? Are you just like whatever? Are you submitting to the organization's choice? Or what's your opinion on everything?
I know this is going to go on until the starter gets named. It's part of the off season. People have nothing better to do but to talk about that. At the end of the day, I've said it all the time. I support the logo. I support the SF. I love Trey. I wanted Trey to be drafted to the Niners. Unfortunately, things did not work out for Trey. Nothing to do with Trey. He just got injured. And I believe if he had a chance to develop and really show what he can do was last year, because there was really nobody behind him other than Jimmy. And we knew we were going to get rid of Jimmy. So Trey had his opportunity to showcase what he can do. Unfortunately for him, and no fault of his own, he got injured. And he missed the whole season. Here comes Jimmy. Jimmy would have played the rest of the year and then been traded. I got to believe that Trey would have been the QB1 this year. I would have just guaranteed that. But the fact that Jimmy got hurt and Brock Purdy came in and was able to do the things that he was able to do, the way he was able to read defenses, the way he was able to make adjustments, extend plays, keep his poise, and Kyle Shanahan was able to trust him and do things that he wasn't able to do with Trey. And not Trey's fault because he hasn't had the opportunity, or Jimmy. They fell in love with Trey. They fell in love with Brock. And at this point, if he comes back on the 21st and he only has 3 weeks to really adapt for week 1, what does that got to say about Sam Darnold and Trey Lance? Let's think about it. If they're going to go with Brock week 1, that speaks volumes of how much they're not impressed with what Trey and Sam Darnold are doing in OTAs. Maybe it changes in minicamp and maybe it changes in training camp. But so far, that's what I think.
Bash, Ryan.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I don't know if it's that cut and dry though, Beto, because what I see is you don't have to be good. You have to do better than Brock, right? And so you would have to be showing that you have something in practice, but also in the preseason games that you can do something better than Brock. So I don't think it's necessarily as good even or doing good. You know what I mean? There is a standard that they've seen from Brock, and that's what they're happy with. And all else fails, they'll just sit with that. But they're obviously, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Obviously, if somebody's, blowing up, then you need to start them. Shout out to Panama Queen.
Hello, Panama Queen. We see you.
Appreciate you.
What's up,
Stop
Panama?
it.
Out to
Appreciate you
Panama
coming through.
Queen and Laura.
Yep,
Yeah.
more cat.
Yeah, my sister.
It's a quotes. Quotes, my
She's your
sister?
sister?
No.
Oh, no.
There's quotes there.
Who's
There's
he?
quotes there.
Oh,
Settle down, guys.
It's bad.
Be good boys.
I'm
my
good.
gosh.
I'm a good boy.
And I'm bummed out because, well, I had a lot going on, but I'm not gonna talk about it here. But I am bummed out that they canceled OTAs or whatever, and we're gonna have to wait till the next mini camp. And at least it's a mandatory mini camp, so people have to be there, which is cool. But
That's tomorrow.
I think
what's tomorrow?
Minicamp.
The mandatory mini camp's tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow Wednesday.
Are you sure? I thought it was some.
No, tomorrow Wednesday.
Then what got canceled then?
They moved
the final
they
OTAs.
canceled the final OTA and they moved up the mini camp, the mandatory
Which they
mini
do
camp.
every year.
Okay. So we're gonna get some recent news. Okay, cool.
Yes.
That's cool. It's still mini camps, but at least it's something to talk about. It's always good to hear stuff about the players that are coming around, and I mean, I don't know. I just think it's way too soon to crown Brock as a starter. Yeah, he won games. He won games just like Jimmy won games. And what happened I'm like so pissed off right now. I can't even talk straight. When Jimmy came back the next season, like he just looked off, and then he wasn't making proper decisions, and he made that dumb decision where he decided to cut in bounds and he messed up his ACL. We all know what happened there. I mean, even before that play, he just didn't look like the same Jimmy as the guy that won for 5 games. And now we're talking about a Brock Purdy coming off of a very serious surgery, a UCL injury on his damn throwing arm. So it's still kind of a question mark for a guy who wasn't a strong arm quarterback to begin with. It's a major question mark, but they want to throw all their eggs in one basket with him and say, "Hey, fuck you, Trey. I don't care how good you've fucking improved that you've been practicing with fucking Patrick Mahomes and his fucking quarterback coach. We don't give a flying fuck. We'll just trash our fucking first round draft picks."
That's being in your feelings,
dude.
I think the bigger thing out there is the fact that they knew that he needed time, that he needed to be, he needed time, and they decided, oh, well, we're just going to forego all that and hopefully he can figure it out. You know what I mean? So that's why would you spend 3-round draft picks on a project and then not spend any time trying to develop that project? In fact, from what it sounds like, you're going against what he needs for the last 2 years, and he had to go outside of your building, outside of your circle, to get the help he really needed to start being the quarterback that he needs to be.
Brock Purdy came in and impressed the organization.
Yeah,
and
he
what
got
he did
lucky
in those
though. He got lucky. He got gifted the fucking opportunity of a lifetime though.
But he did it though.
Okay, but who said he's going to be doing it again? Nick Foles.
And who says he's not going to do it?
Nick Foles turned the shit after his Cinderella dance. He turned the shit, dude.
You're basing Nick Foles. You're basing Jimmy G.
I'm not taking
Brock
that
is
risk.
his own person. How do you know he's not going to turn into
I'm challenging Purdy. I'm saying, hey, Purdy, you got to beat out Trey Lance. Trey Lance is firing on all 4 cylinders right now because he fucking practiced with fucking Patrick Mahomes as quarterback coach. Beat this motherfucker out.
That sounds like somebody
then
in
you
their
get the fucking
feelings.
quarterback job.
You sound like someone in their feelings. Bro.
I am in my feelings because this guy, fucking Trey Lance, has been working his ass off, dude.
And he's
for
going
him
to
to
get an opportunity
like
somewhere else.
Why does he have to go somewhere else when the whole organization, when we gave up the farm for the guy?
Because they have Brock Purdy, they trust him.
Why can't he prove himself? How can you trust Purdy right now with his messed up throwing arm?
I agree.
Okay, so let me ask you something. If they go with Brock Purdy week 1, okay, and Trey is thriving. Let's say he's having great OTAs, he's having great preseason, and they go with Brock, that has to indicate that they don't like Trey, period. But and I don't think that's it. I think if they go with Brock, it's because Trey has not impressed them enough for them to take a chance to start with. If Trey comes in, he kills it in minicamp, kills it in training camp, I'm pretty sure they'll tell Brock, hey, chill out. You're sitting down. We're going with Trey. But Trey has to come in and impress Kyle Shanahan and run the offense the way he wants him to run it.
He has
and
to
he'll
impress
start.
the locker room, because this is the locker room that's speaking.
That too.
The locker room tells them who they want starting at quarterback. It's not the front office. Remember the information we got last year from a certain somebody when he asked a certain somebody at the Pro Bowl who they preferred at quarterback. And they straight up said Trey Lance. They love Brock, or they love Trey, and they love all the potential, but that's what it is. It's potential.
Potential. Exactly.
Potential against it. But see, I go both ways, because
Potential
like
that
Bash
the whole
says,
league wouldn't mind getting on their team.
right. But then again, like Bash said, how do we know this isn't Jimmy Garoppolo fake out 2.0, where we get Brock this year, we move on from Trey, maybe through a trade.
We will find out in 2023 for sure.
Right. And so, like,
Hopefully.
I'm so mixed on this. I listened to a podcast or a radio snippet where it talks about how, when you're in a window and you have to win now, you don't have time to bring along a quarterback that could cost you games and potentially cost you a Super Bowl. So they're going, at least what we think, or at least they think, is the proven commodity over the unproven. And we don't see Trey every day. We have no idea what he looks like in that building. We're going based on what we want as a fan. And I'm one of those people.
Didn't Brock cost the 49ers the Super Bowl per Kyle Shanahan because he didn't step up in the pocket?
Maybe.
Yeah. Brock, remember after the game, I should have stepped up in the pocket.
You mean when he got hurt?
Yeah. It wasn't like I was making a wholehearted complaint there. I was just like, remember what Kyle said, that he should have stepped in the pocket. So
okay, he's a 7th round pick, a rookie that got thrust in there. He has to make all these adaptation to what he has to face, the defense, everything he's doing. He's still a rookie. We can't forget that about him. He's going to make mistakes.
Right.
And the fact that he came in and the part that impressed me last year and why I so back and forth on this is the fact that he came in on a team that is ready to win now, with players that are in their prime, that will be in their prime forever. He came in and the offense was as efficient as it ever was.
If not better.
If not better than Jimmy Garoppolo at his best. Jimmy Garoppolo at his best. Again, we've never seen Trey with all the same weapons.
Correct.
But go ahead, Bash.
Everybody's making this assumption that Trey's just going to bring the team down. Like, we're up here, and if Trey's the quarterback, we're going down here because he's not the guy. But Jimmy G, I guarantee you, Trey Lance would give us better results than Jimmy G ever did.
Yeah,
I've seen the fire in Trey Lance. I've seen within the blink of an eye, he can throw a 60-yard touchdown. I mean, and now he's improved, and it's just a joke that people say that we have no shot at winning anything.
How do you know he's
with him not playing?
I don't think it's a given that he's improved, because he hasn't gone against anybody with pads and a helmet yet. Wait till training camp, and when the helmet comes on.
It's a given that he's improved his release. It's a given that he's improved his release and his check.
That's different when you're playing live game.
So why can't he do it then? I want to hear why Trey can't do it.
I don't think that he can't do it. I think that this team has spoken. The roster has spoken. The top guys like Kittle.
He's going to have the roster following him. You'll see.
If he wins games,
he'll have the confidence of the roster. Because he's going to ball out in camp and show everybody he's who he's supposed to be right now. He's developed right now. I guarantee he's developed right now.
Dude, I want that. I totally want that.
And that's me saying I guarantee that Brock Purdy's going to win the Super Bowl for us.
Dude, everybody's been saying that we can't do this because we're going to win the Super Bowl.
What Super Bowl have we won so far? We can't guarantee anything,
what Super Bowl? Everybody's saying that we can't do this because we have to win a Super Bowl. What Super Bowl did we win so far within the Shanahan era?
You're guaranteed that Trey has improved.
They keep going back to that Super Bowl talk, and we haven't won anything.
So if Trey has improved, he should win the job, and he should be starter week 1 regardless if Brock is healthy or not.
I'm saying Trey Lance can win his games regardless if Trey Lance is playing. This team is so stacked. Trey Lance will easily do more than Jimmy G, and we won with Jimmy G. That's all I'm saying.
What if we come into this season with Trey Lance the starter and we start out 1-3? And now we're putting it on Brock to come in again and be the savior. What if that happens? See, my want in my fantasy, football fantasy, not other kind of fantasy, is that Trey's a starter week 1, and we start like 6-1, 8-2 or whatever. We start the season really hot, and then they're forced to keep him in there. If Brock doesn't get hurt in that NFC Championship game last year, Trey Lance or Brock Purdy is the starter in 2023. No questions, ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep.
They already made that choice. John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan said he was a leader in the clubhouse before he got surgery.
Okay, leader of the clubhouse. Was this Mickey Mouse clubhouse?
Listen, the players have spoken.
MIC.
Well, Trey's not the leader of the clubhouse.
None of the players like Trey, huh?
Trey can't even lead the Mickey Mouse house.
So why did Trey Lance work his ass off all offseason to try to get better? What did he do that for?
He's trying to
answer that question. What did he do that for? If it doesn't mean anything, if he's never going to play,
well, he will play.
He'll play.
Well, now wait, hold on. Trey Lance did say that he didn't care about all that trade talk. He just wanted to make sure he could compete.
Yeah.
So hopefully, by everybody's words, I'm sure he said, yeah, Trey, you can compete. So hopefully there's got to be some sort of competition, right? Because that's what Trey wanted. He didn't care about all that other stuff. He just wanted a chance to compete. So are they not giving him a chance to compete? That's the thing.
Well,
I think
how can they not give him a chance?
Well, it sounds like they're crowning him.
Not going to be ready into week 1.
He's
going to play in the preseason. He's going to play. He's
taking the majority of snaps in training camp.
Yes,
he's taking majority of snaps if he plays in preseason.
That's when he has to show them that he's the guy.
Out. He has to show that he can hit intermediate checkdowns.
Rifle him. He's been hitting checkdowns so far all throughout OTAs.
This also comes from the 49ers.
You've been watching every OTA?
No, but that's what everybody's saying.
Well, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Essentially, anything that comes from Matt Mayoko, I think, came straight from John Lynch.
I totally 100% agree, and that's why they love him. Even though we hate listening to him.
He's a puppet. But he's a good puppet.
Totally. That's why they hate Grant so much.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if this can truly be taken with the same. This is the same prediction as was per the beginning of the season, and we are maybe a week into him throwing a ball. Okay,
he's had up until the last report, he had 2 throwing sessions with the day off in between, and they say he looked ready to, like, he's not right on point.
Bro,
so
hold on, Dion, bro. I have much respect for you, bro. I hope you mean this in a joke kind of way, bro. But to put racism in this is just plain stupid. Kyle doesn't want to play him because he's black quarterback. So, come on, bro. Please.
I don't think Kyle's the racist here. I think some of the people on Twitter that never gave Trey a chance from the start.
If they were racist.
Exactly.
Jesus
but you know
Christ.
what I'm saying? It's the racists are the people on Twitter that never gave Trey a chance from the start.
It's kind of a hollow argument, and I'm not really going to speak on it because I'm a white guy.
Yeah, you're good.
And I'm a mixed breed. I'm a freaking half Sicilian, half Irish man. But I mean, there's a lot of players on the team that are mostly black on the 49ers, and they're very exceptional, great athletes. So I don't think it's in erasing from head coach or GM. I just think the 49ers, unfortunately, I feel a little bit of deja vu of the Jimmy Garoppolo situation in 2017. And you can't even if he looks better than Jimmy Garoppolo and he's played better than Jimmy Garoppolo in the sample size, I understand both sides of the argument, but I understand if the locker room speaks, if the players speak, if Kittle speaks, if Debo speaks, if Trent speaks, and they say, we got like a short ass window here, especially Trent. This could be his last year for all we know. We don't know what's going to go on with this roster. This roster within 2 to 3 years is going to have a big, massive overhaul because a lot of players are going to have to go. So, because you can't afford everybody. I honestly think, if you ask me, it has all to do with what's going on behind the scenes with the players on the roster and what they've said, because they have a consensus. They have a little bit of a group, like a someone the coach confides in, like a top 5, top.
So
10.
we shouldn't have a coaching staff then for all the positions of the team. Let's just have all the players decide who plays now and who starts. Is that what we're doing?
This is this is what we're doing. This is Kyle's way of leadership.
That's how you take less responsibility on yourself when you screw up. It's
But
the
also,
players.
we know that Kyle's
also,
going
real
with Brock
quick-
because of the players.
Real quick, so
Ken Mueller,
Dion-
round and round we go. Who's the 49ers quarterback? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Dion says he has a preference. And yes, he has a preference. It's not necessarily white or black.
Yeah. Can you run the
It's-
offense?
But it's a style of quarterback that he's looking for, and that style is predominantly white players because the black quarterbacks are a little bit more athletic. Trey Lance is a Ferrari. You kind of gotta fix up, but once you fix it up, I mean that thing's gonna go crazy fast. Kyle just wants a plain old Honda Accord. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
It's got good gas mile. It's gonna get you anywhere you need to go. That's all he's looking for. He's just looking for a Honda Accord.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a white or a black Honda Accord,
No.
just a Honda Accord.
So
Yeah.
so Dion from Niner Game Podcast was shout out to you. Check out his channel, by the way.
We're not trying to attack you, by the way, man.
No.
For
it's
your-
just-
I'll read his
sake.
comment. I'll read his comment. Let me clarify. Kyle has a preference in white quarterbacks. It's that simple. I never said he was racist. You misinterpreted my statement. Okay, we got you, Dion.
We got you, man.
I was going to
sorry.
say this, though. He said, how the Accord, man. Oh, my gosh.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Remember
He's not looking
when-
for anything souped up, or he's not looking to.
Yeah, I got you.
He's just trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, people may agree with me, they may not agree with me, but I think the Shanahan offense looked the best when Matt Ryan was running it. You know, if you look at the stat line of Matt Ryan as quarterback in that 2016 season, now he shriveled up at the end, and the play calling was kind of shady in the end. The defense fell apart in that game. There's a lot of blame to go around that Super Bowl, but I mean, but as far as the season and what the stat number, the stat line was being put up,
He was
that
able to run that
2016
offense,
season,
yeah.
Matt Ryan was just like, I think it was like 9 yards per attempt or something crazy like that. And I'd love to see that again, and we haven't seen it. Now, it was pretty cool that we were putting up points, but we didn't really put up that many points against the Cowboys in the playoff game, and who knows
But
what would have happened against the
How many
Eagles.
points did they put up against us?
Yeah, I
Not
got
as
you. I
much.
mean,
It's
But-
not like that quarterback led us up.
But our over 30-point average took a dump right then and there in the Cowboys game, and then obviously what happened.
You're not
in
going to
the
score
NFC
30 points
Championship.
every
You know,
game.
I
bro.
don't-
You're
I
gonna
don't
go
know-
based on your defense. you're
With that,
facing.
with the way that pass rush Dallas played, I don't know if Trey Lance would have had a great
Score
game.
30 points, score 1 point. As long as you win, that's all that matters to me.
I-
I don't give a
I
shit
don't-
if it's
Right,
30 or 1.
But you
I don't
could
know if
see
Trey
that
Lance would
things
have had a
got
great game.
difficult towards the end.
Oh, it definitely did. Teams started
And
to key
so-
in on him.
Exactly. So
It
we
was
might
one
not
game
have-
that he didn't put points. The
No,
Cowboys, they got
there's
difficult.
ways to play him.
Please.
I forgot exactly what the defensive schematics of what they
He
do.
rolls out to the left. They stunt. They
That
do a
is a
delayed
problem.
stunt.
He has to work on.
Yes, and that's what they used against him.
Let me
in that
comment on
game.
what Dion
So
said.
so every quarterback that comes onto the play for any team has no issues to fix. They're
No,
all just
it's not
everybody
that.
has an issue they got to fix, right?
It's that they stay on top of things, and he had a whole off season of being injured and not being able to come back and work on those little things.
How do you know he wasn't working on that? He didn't have to throw to work that.
Hold on, guys. I want to comment on two things that Dion
You
said.
work that-
He said, "Tell me right now if Kyle had Josh Allen, he would be in heaven." You know, first 2 years, no.
Who?
Josh Allen. First 2 years, Josh
Josh
Allen,
Allen.
no, Kyle would have lost his mind because he was like a 53% completion
People forget
percentage.
that. Yes.
He was horrendous.
Yeah,
Buffalo,
Kyle-
listen,
yeah,
I live in
Josh
Rochester,
Allen now,
New York.
yes.
I live in Rochester, New York. I'm in Bills country. Their training camp's right near my job. Listen, they wanted him out of here this first couple of years. And then he went off and he became this quarterback. The Josh Allen now, yeah, probably. And then Dion made a point, and I want to bring it up. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it here. He said, and I agree
The
with this.
shot's on
He
fire, by the
has
way.
a type. He says, look at Cousins' basic average white QB. He never wanted RG3 in the first place. Him and his dad showed that by drafting Cousins right after they drafted RG3.
Then why draft Trey? Explain that
That's-
to me.
That's the $1 million
that's what-
question.
Oh my God.
Was he wearing a white face that people are like, is that what it was? He was white when he got drafted, and when
No,
he got to
bro.
camp, he was black, and they're like,
I-
oh shit.
Did he fall in love with the parents?
is that
and
what
like,
it was?
oh, the parents, I don't know.
Fuck,
I don't know.
man.
But Kyle's, I don't know.
Meet
but
the
it's so
parents.
stupid.
Yeah. He's
It's
black.
so
Oh
stupid.
shit.
Like he only met the mother.
Listen,
It's
guys.
like, oh, hey.
Listen.
This is How I Met Your Mother.
Freaking Ryan. That's a good one. You should have met the dad.
Yeah, I should have met the dad too, sir. No,
Oh,
Yeah.
I met your daddy.
I
he's
just.
like he's half white, so he's not technically all
And
black.
then if
so
you look
maybe.
at Trey in the NFL, you can see he's not that fast. But Kyle's like, oh, he's got to run. He's got to run, right?
Not. That's
He's
the
not.
thing.
He's just he knows when to scramble. He knows when to scramble, and he's smart at picking his line. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's not like he's blistering. It's not like he's hella slow, but he's not a quarterback that you want to be like. That's not the offense you want to run with him. And that's not what we wanted. We wanted a guy who could buy us time with his legs if need be, and try and look for it to pass down the field when the DBs can't cover everybody for that long.
You know who Kyle
and then
would want
run
as a
it for a
quarterback?
first.
You know who
if
Kyle
we
would
need
want
to.
as a quarterback if he played right now? Joe Montana. Perfect quarterback.
He'll take Joe
Scrambles.
Burrows too. You don't think he'll take Joe Burrows?
Or Joe
Take
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Accurate, quick decision, back foot throw, and just enough mobility to escape trouble. He doesn't want like Colin Kaepernick. He would never fit in on this team. And
Can I tell you why
So, like,
Brock
real
Purdy
quick
was so
question before you
confident
say
on
that,
this
Ryan.
team?
If Patrick Mahomes, he's half black too, right? If he was on the Niners, do you think he goes with Brock or do you think he goes with Patrick Mahomes? But if he has a preference,
Have we traded up those picks for Mahomes?
no, I'm
We
just
just
saying,
never
if
see
he has
Mahomes.
his
If all
preference,
things
so
are
he'll take
even-
Patrick Mahomes, right?
if all things are even, it's a good question. He might take Brock Purdy.
You know why
Jason.
Brock was so successful?
Over Patrick Mahomes? Hell no.
No,
know what?
now I'm not talking about this incarnation. We're not talking about one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Mahomes. I'm talking about raw dog coming out of college where people thought he was dookie on his own team. They thought he sucked. They were like, dude,
he was
this
underrated
dude's-
coming out. Mhm.
Yeah.
His first training camp, they thought he was trash.
Well, Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson won 2 championships back to back, and the Bears decided to take Trubisky instead of him.
You know why Brock was so successful in this offense?
Because he's white.
No, because he's confident.
Exactly.
He was
He's got
confident.
this.
I think it's more of he's got balls. He's got enough of this to tie with his balls to where he sees things and he's like, "Yep," and he doesn't second guess himself because it's already gone. You know what I'm saying? He can't second guess himself because the ball's already releasing. That's like, remember Jimmy G with his shoulder thing? That was I can't get you this time, bro. You know what I mean? And why is that? Because you thought about it. You know what I mean? So when I see it, like,
And when you bring up Jimmy Garoppolo and his stupid freaking little
you see what I'm saying? Like,
nothing
that's
made
why-
me worse.
that's
Nothing
why
made
he
me
was
mad.
good.
More mad.
But that's also why he's not there yet, and that's why he had those one play a game that was like, what'd you just do? Did you almost throw an interception? No. Oh, hit the ground good. You know what I mean? Because he just had confidence.
Oopsie-daisy.
Hey,
Brock had
Dion
the same
question that I want to
some
ask
of the
when you're done,
same.
Ryan.
Brock had some of the same stats as Jimmy Garoppolo, except for when it came to touchdowns and points per game, and it's because he's making better decisions
Yes, sir.
with the ball. You know what I mean? And he's not hesitating. And you can make better decisions when you're not hesitating because the play is there when it's open. You know what I mean? You're not
Those windows
dumping
close
on a
fast.
well, and you're not dumping off of one progression to get to another one early, so everybody
Yes.
can go, "Oh, that's the
Yes.
one he wants to go to."
Speak it, Ryan. Speak it.
You know what I mean? One over here is opening up, but you want to get to this one early and telegraph what you're doing. So, you know what I mean? Brock doesn't do that. He's confident. He's like, boom, nope,
What's up, John
boom,
V?
yep.
What's up,
Yep.
John V?
So,
Real
John
quick-
V for the
real
Locker Room
quick,
Rant. Check out the
with a
YouTube
comment
channel.
of Dion. He said, where is it? Can you bring it up? Don't
Hold
even
on.
try that, Beto.
don't
Check out
even
the
try
John
that
V for the
Beto.
Locker Room Rant.
He had
Yeah, he said he had the opportunity to
draft
draft
Mahomes.
Mahomes, and he passed on it. Listen, he had a chance to draft Mahomes. He had a chance to draft Deshaun Watson, but he started. Listen, when he came and took over the Niners were shit. They had to break everybody down and
They
and
had
build up
no
They
talent
wanted to
on this
build
team.
it defensively first.
Yep.
They wanted to go defense first and then bring it because of the type of scheme that Kyle runs. You don't need a Patrick Mahomes type of quarterback. You just need a quarterback that can run a system. So you wanted to build a good defense and a run game, and this is why he did not take Mahomes or Deshaun Watson.
So
He
you just
should
need
have.
a quarterback that can run the system, and it takes how many years to find one? In the last.
I'm not saying
pick
it
of
was
the
a good
draft?
decision. I'm not.
No,
saying
no. I'm trying to explain how
I
like
wish you
when
would.
you actually step back and look at what they're saying and what they've done, it doesn't really make sense and think because it's like, oh, all you need is this, but you can't find them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can
you
we
really had
agree that
trouble
the draft is an inexact science and nobody knows what someone's going to be at the next level?
Kansas City didn't know Mahomes
Tom
was going
Brady
to be
dropped to
Mahomes.
the 6th round.
But did
Montana
they make
dropped to the.
did they make a serious attempt all those years? No, because it was a part of their philosophy not to. And
They were
now,
given 6-year contracts to build this
and
team.
now when the team is ready, you're walking around with your dick in your hand, wondering why you can't do nothing. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
it again, Ryan. Say it again.
I'm just saying.
He
I
said
love
it.
Let's see. So Dion, what up, Dion? Dion says, did we not suffer through setting a record for the most losses in a season by 3 points or less?
But they were building a team, bro.
They were.
He
They
wasn't
built this team
Harbaugh
That was
who took
early. That
over
was
a good
early.
team.
And it's
Defense
built.
first.
And it's built all except for one piece. Where's it got us?
I agree. I don't believe, and me,
Not to
me and
the one
me and
goal.
Ryan Hensley
Not
agree on
yet.
this. The whole defense wins
Not yet.
championships
Yes.
motto. It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter.
The day that
It's great to have a good defense, but if you don't have an elite quarterback, that's why I think the Niners drafted Trey Lance, because they saw that he had elite traits, and elite traits can sometimes translate into elite quarterback. If you do not have elite quarterback in the NFL, 9 times out of 10, you're not winning a Super Bowl. You can fall into one like the Eagles did with the aforementioned quarterback.
the Ravens did it.
The Ravens, but that's like few and far between.
That's what
did in 2000 against the Raiders.
Right.
That's why I'm pounding the table for this, just to see what we have in Lance, because elite traits are there, and he sat back, been studying this offense for 3 years now.
But listen, if he comes to OTA, to minicamp and to training camp, and he is doing his thing, he's impressing the coaches, he's doing everything he's doing that he's told, and he plays good in preseason, then hell yeah, you start in week 1. But if he doesn't earn the job, then you're not just going to let him start week 1 because we want to see what we have in trade.
No,
There's no
you
time
can't.
for that.
But who wins the job in OTAs? When did that ever happen? Oh yeah, we're gonna crown our starting quarterback in week 2 of OTAs.
He was
it's
already
all said and
crowned.
done.
They always
He
name
was
the
already
quarterback
crowned
before the season
before.
starts.
He was already crowned before OTAs.
Yeah,
He was-
because the
based
Jimmy
on
G
last
effect.
year.
Oh, he won those games, and now let's just crown him, even though it might have been a fluke and it be after his injury. Who knows? Come
they're
on,
gonna
man.
find out.
At
Trey
least
was
have an insurance
convincing.
policy. At least have an
They
insurance
wouldn't have
policy.
They wouldn't have crowned him.
You also can't come into a season and say, well, I guess we'll see what we got with this guy, when you have a team that's ready to win right now.
Yeah.
And you probably got
Okay,
players on the roster.
so Lance is just
banging
going
on
to
the-
drive this whole team down the
Who
shits.
gives a
not
shit about
saying-
that?
That's what
Who
everybody's
gives a
saying,
shit
dude.
about
Not-
Sam Donald? I want to win a Super Bowl, and I don't care if my
Trey
grandma
Lance
has
wants to win a
come
Super Bowl too, doesn't
alive
he?
and win a Super Bowl for us.
And we want a Super Bowl. Yeah.
I don't give a shit who the quarterback is. Black, white, green, purple. Just win
I
the
don't care if
goddamn
Kermit
Super
the
Bowl.
But
Frog
remember
is my
how I
quarterback.
remember you said elite traits though. Elite traits against
Great.
guys
No,
like
Brock-
Mahomes is
Brock
what you
doesn't
need.
have. Brock doesn't. The only elite trait that Brock has is his brain.
That's
I got
a
a
pretty
question.
good one to have, if you ask me.
I got a question. If we stayed at 12 and got Mac Jones,
Oh,
Would
then-
it be any better?
hold on.
Sorry.
And then we used our other 2 years of draft capital, right? We would still probably get a Brock Purdy, right? So if we would have done that right now, what could we have right now if we would have just look? I love Trey, all right? Love Trey. Want him to be successful one way or another in this league.
I love a Super
But
Bowl.
hey, me too. But what I'm saying is they used all that capital for Trey Lance that they weren't going to
Who
spend
cares
time
about the
developing.
capital, Ryan.
Well, how close
If
could
you're
we be
team
to that
first, you
Super
should care
Bowl
about
that
the
you wanted?
capital.
How close to that Super Bowl could we be right now that you want? What other shiny first round players could we have on,
let's say we didn't take
the
Trent
roster?
and we would have kept the 3
We
number
could have
one.
gotten Penei
We would have
Sewell
won
or
the Super
something.
Bowl.
Or
Penei Sewell? Ooh.
a tackle. So we could have gotten a few players.
Hey,
Yeah.
Emiliano kind of
And I
chimed
could
in
have
on what
lost
I
10
said.
pounds if I didn't eat the extra hamburger.
He says having an elite QB, having an elite defensive end, QBs are the most important position in all the team. Defensive end isn't even the
Emilio,
most
what's up,
important
brother?
position in American
Emiliano,
football.
sorry.
They preach Emiliano.
Listen,
Emilio.
where was that other comment?
The way I see it,
Preach.
high-paid defensive ends might be going out. And to me, defensive backs who can get turnovers is going to be the big thing, because look at what happened in the Super Bowl. Pass interference penalty. If we can get guys that can just cover people, intercept the ball, and don't have to touch somebody,
You
that's
got to
what
have
you're
a
going.
pass rush, though, man.
You know
You
how
can't have
hard it
guys
is to
covering-
cover a
You're,
receiver
okay,
when
have a pass rush.
when
What
the
is it
quarterback
going
has a whole
What
day?
is it going to? What is it going to do when the offensive line gets to hold people, and nobody calls it?
Bad.
It totally negates all that money on the defensive line, right?
Can we
And
get
you-
28 different people to like this damn?
Also,
thing?
you know that the league is trying to make it so it's more of an offensive passing league. So what goes against that? Those pesky edge rushers. So guess who's going to be penalized for tossing a quarterback down even though they didn't even land on them or this and that? Guess who's going to be held and no one's really going to give a damn, or they're going to make new rules to make it harder for them because they want to make it fairer for the offensive linemen.
But that's the rules, so they suck. They change the rules to make it
Let's,
a sissy game.
They're already
I don't want any
doing
more
it,
rule
Beto.
changes.
That's why I'm
please.
saying.
No more.
That's why I'm saying the evolution of the way things going.
25.
The
Can
way
we,
things are going, the best thing is going to do is just 5 people can cover and intercept.
Let's just play flag football, bro.
That's
Let's
how the
let's
offensive
talk-
line is going to be on pass rushes.
It's sad. I agree from that standpoint.
the
based
league
on the
wants
rules, I
the
agree
Super
with you,
Bowl
Ryan.
that we saw last year. That's exactly the kind of Super Bowl they want. They don't want defense. It's boring. It's vanilla. It's
Unless it's turnovers.
Would that lead to touchdowns? That maybe you have like somebody that takes it to the house,
Or some sort of return. You know what
like
I mean?
Nick
Or a
Bosa with
fumble that
strip
gets knocked
sack
out.
and Fred
Yeah.
Warner with the pickup, and boom. Let's. I want to change it. I want to change the channel here a little bit. I want to go to Brandon Ayuk, year 4. He said it simply, "I'm coming." What is, and any of you can go first, what is your overall feeling about Brandon Ayuk this year? I'm really excited for him, regardless of who the quarterback is, because I think he's coming into a contract year, or he's coming to get paid. And you know what happens when people are about to get paid. But I also think, if you listen to his press conference, he says that he has a massive axe to grind over the fact that he's the 4th option in a run-first offense. So any of you can go. Everyone's like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about
he
quarterback.
caught the biggest pass of the practice the other day. I'm not gonna say who threw the ball, but it'll be nice to see Brandon Ayuk used as a deep threat for once in his life. He has that in his arsenal, but we haven't really seen it. And if he's gonna blow up, that should be part of what we're seeing, right? So are we gonna see it? Are we not? I don't know, but I think he'll be good regardless. But he could be great.
Why would Brandon Ayuk want to sign back with us if he can't consistently get 1,000-yard seasons? Because
he did it last year, and nobody
He's-
threw him the
he's-
ball deep.
he's on contract. He's, you know what I mean? He can't
No, but
just
I'm
leave
talking
when he
about
wants.
the
What I'm
1,000
saying
yards.
is, yeah, I got you. But he did it by the skin of his teeth. That's not going to be every year, bro. And the way I see it, it's not how he's trying to earn the yards. He's gritting it out. He's not trying to grit it out. He's trying to woo people. He's trying to get everybody, well, not woo, but more like a woo. You know what I'm
The
saying?
woo
Like,
is Ronnie Lott with the woo hits.
it's not the woo. He's not trying to woo hit people. He's trying to, show people, like, he's trying to break people's ankles and score touchdowns that way. And when he's doing it in front of the safeties, he's not able to get there. He needs to be catching those balls alongside of the safeties. So he just needs one move, make them fall in their face, touchdown.
That is
So-
the one thing about Ayuk
so-
that gets to me. He's not he's not that guy that breaks tackles and like Debo does and goes and takes an 80-yard house party or a house shot. Like he's really good and he's really great at route
he
running.
Makes
But like
the move.
But you have to hit him on stride.
What I see is if he can't get the ball consistently down the field, I don't think he wants to re-sign with us.
That's a definite, dude. Ryan, that's a definite realistic thing to think about. I mean, if I'm him.
Because also, if you think about it, the 49ers are going to have to be somewhere, please take a team-friendly deal. Now, I'm not going to get my yards that I want to, a.k.a. know I can get, a.k.a. want for my shine.
Yeah, so you're not going to get the money that you think you're going to get.
And you're going to be giving me less money. To me, that's
no.
I don't think you bring it back. I don't think you bring him back. I think he goes somewhere else.
Hannah McQueen, Ayuk would kill it with Mahomes and Hurts.
Oh my God!
Just a little bit.
Any receiver
he would be the best receiver. He would be the best receiver on the Chiefs right now.
Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis would still suck unless he got totally open. And I'm surprised he didn't drop that ball because he was like, "Oh my God, he actually threw it to me. There's no way around."
He's never gonna have that happen again in his whole career.
My cats.
Oh, the one against
Hufanga, but Hufanga gifted Dante Pettis the greatest play of his lifetime.
This is.
Can I say this? Dante Pettis is still a bitch.
Yeah.
Looking like little biatch.
He's a biatch. But Brendan,
he was wearing. Did you notice he was on the denim jacket thing before that got big?
He was reliving the 80s, man.
No, he was trend setting.
Was he being?
Was he nauseous right now? We're talking about Pettis. So.
Panama Queen says Ayuk would have Jefferson's numbers.
I 100% agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting those crossers behind the linebackers and in front of the safeties.
And that's the part about Trey Lance that is so quote unquote sexy.
Because it opens up more of the field. It opens up more of the field.
The problem with him, at least so far, is he can make the splash plays, but it's the stuff that you see on a down in and down out basis from even a guy like Garoppolo when he's not throwing it to the other team. That's the stuff. It's like if he ever could somehow get that part of his game where his footwork, his shoulders, his timing was all good, and he has the ability, because you can't just throw it deep all game, because teams will sit on that stuff. Teams will give Trey Lance all that underneath stuff all day if they know he can't hit it. If he can hit it, then all of a sudden
he can hit it. And feel free to roast me or whatever if he doesn't.
I'm not roasting. I'm not going to roast you.
Everybody's saying he's hitting them now. That's the easiest throw in the league. I mean,
Ken Mueller says that he can't throw the layups. So far, what we've seen, even in practice, some people say he has issues. And no, I'm not talking about the clip of the footwork thing. I'm talking about last.
Dude, doesn't that
offseason
drill look so awkward to you?
Super. It wasn't awkward. Meant to be accurate with the ball. It was meant to be able to release the ball fast enough. The guy was like 4'5"
that he was throwing it to too. If you noticed, he was
really. It says a footwork drill for whatever reason.
It's just a footwork drill, and it's how fast you can release the ball on demand. It wasn't how accurate it wasn't about accuracy. I threw it on there because I thought it was funny, but that
and
Kirk Cousins.
Did you see the tape that Kirk
Cousins put out explaining about the whole Trey Lance overthrown? He said it's about footwork, and wide, doing it wide with your legs, and getting rid of the ball quickly. So I don't put that on Trey.
I dig your profile pic, by the way. That hat, that's nice. I'm a hat connoisseur, so she says Ayuk would be wide open downfield, and Gimpy G would check down. Oh,
yeah.
Let's not.
At least Brock will not. Brock doesn't
not confident.
Check down.
Jimmy G wasn't confident. That's why he checked down, because it's the safest thing. He doesn't want to hurt his stats. He doesn't want to do all this.
Charlie, baby.
Check down Charlie.
Yeah.
His best football was last year. His best football ever was last year.
Let's change it over to defense now. Unless anybody wants to keep talking about Ayuk.
Well, I didn't get my chance, but I'll wait.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I'm kidding. It was sad. I'm messing with you guys. Go. Let's go to defense. I love defense anyway.
Let's talk edge rusher. Before we talk, someone we could bring in because it doesn't so far look like the Niners are going to do that. The Bills just did. The Bills just signed Leonard Floyd, I think.
Ooh.
Ex-Ram, 1-year deal. So they've kind of set the market, I think.
How much?
I don't know. I didn't look at the semantics of the deal. I guess my question, and I posed this question to Sterling Bennett, who's going to be there tomorrow or the next couple days. He's like, "What's something you want me to look for?" And I said, "Who's opposite of Nick Bosa?" And he said, so far, from what he's seen at OTAs, it's been Clelin Ferrell and it's been Drake Jackson. So my question to you guys is: Drake Jackson primed to make a second-year jump? And
yes.
you know, his body looks bigger, which some people are kind of like, why would he get bigger if he's trying to get faster? Beto, you want to go?
He never lost his He never lost his speed, for one. He got bigger, stronger, maintains his bend, his speed. I've been watching tape on him with the little tape that he played at the Niners and watching breaking down his moves. He was everywhere where the quarterback was. He didn't get all the sacks, but he was everywhere. You saw the quarterback, he was right there. He was busting through. This kid, and you guys can save the receipt. This kid is going to be special on this defense. I expect him to have a great jump from last year to this year. And that extra weight that he put on, strength-wise, is definitely going to benefit him to get those ugly, stinky linemen off of him. But you got to remember, you already have Hargrave and Bosa on one side. You have Eric Armstead. The pressure is really not going to be on Jackson as much. He doesn't have to be the guy. He just needs to provide assistance to the rest of the guys, and I think he'll do just fine. I like him. I think this guy's going to be our starter for years to come.
Yeah, and they also said Drake Jackson's flying off the edge a lot. At least so far, it looks like he's flying off the edge a lot quicker than he did last year too. So even though he may have put on some upper body strength and some weight, perhaps he hasn't slowed down one bit, and he may possibly be more explosive. So I am excited to see him. Hopefully, I mean, if you look at his snap count that he had last year, it was very, very low. It was like a bit over 300, and he had 3 sacks. And
That's pretty good.
Samson Ibukam had like 559 snaps or some crap, and had like 5 sacks. Yeah. So it's like
that's a good point, Bash.
I mean, the ratio wise, and you just put him out there, give him the guy opportunities here. And as far as batting down passes, last year Drake Jackson was batting down passes at a rate higher than probably the best in the league in terms of percentages. And, you know, if you left him out there for a whole 17 games, he probably would have led the league in batting down passes. But, you know, now like Beto said, now you have Hargrave in the mix as an amazing pass rusher in the mix, you know, and it's along with Bosa, of course. Now we got help with Clelin Ferrell and Austin Bryant, perhaps one of those guys, and to help out in the mix too. It just, you know, I just think the pass rush could be better than one was last year. I really do.
Ooh, this is right in our wheelhouse. If they set the market with Floyd, the Bills, then his $7 million base salary value with
very affordable
up to $9 million.
Yeah, it's only a 1-year deal too.
Yep, 1 year.
Go after Justin Houston right now, and there you go.
We got enough cap.
No cap. Sorry,
no cap. We got enough cap.
Now we know what's his name still sitting there in free agency. Yanakwe or whatever. He wants a multiple-year contract. Yeah.
He said He said it's money. They always say this, but he said money is not his determining factor. He wants to win a ring. So, kind of nail. It kind of closes the window right to the 49ers. What's that?
Come the fuck on over, homie.
Right.
Well, the Eagles don't need him. They got so many pass rushers, right?
Well, I heard people say, "Oh, well, he's this, he's that. He's been on this many teams and this many." You know what? We've got such a room full of great people. We can have one asshole.
Yeah, exactly. You know how they brought in
if it gets the championship.
I would be okay with Frank Clark on this team. Are you kidding me? You don't need choir boys in every position.
Oh, Frank! I don't want Frank Clark, dude. Come on.
He's really good now.
Yeah, but that dude in the locker room was just. It takes one bad apple to really screw up the rest, bro.
You were just shaking
your enemy.
I know, but we didn't say his name first, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, but Frank Clark will probably get his ass whooped acting like a punk in our locker room.
Who would do it, though? Bosa?
Trent.
Multiple people.
Trent Williams can put the boots to him. All set.
Trent Williams, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fred Warner be in on it too. You know what I'm saying? Fred ain't no dude. I would say Fred is probably the number 2 guy in the locker room. I can pretty
Fred
much
Warner,
guarantee
yeah,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Don't sleep
I
on
think-
Spencer Burford, man. He's a pretty big boy too.
I think
He
Trent
does some
Williams,
extra
Or
work.
as some
Trent
people like call
Williams
him,
is number
Buford.
1. I think Trent Williams is number 1 just because he could probably kill anybody. But
He's such a
you know,
gentle giant, man.
yeah, that's kind of also why you want them in charge. You know what I mean? Because
March and
they
in
could
charge.
they
He'll
can
take you
do
to
any
discussion first, and if it doesn't go nowhere, then he'll beat your ass.
well, they can do anything they want to you,
Yeah.
but yet they decide to be, you know what I mean? And then
Cordial. They want to be
somebody who
cordial
already
first.
essentially has power and decides not to abuse it, that's the person you actually give power to. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll put it like this with Drake Jackson. He is got a big chance to be something across from Nick Bosa. And according to my brother, and my nephew was over the other day. My nephew, of course, he's a Niners fan. Everybody knows. My brother's like, you can have an all-star at every position. You guys are stacked. You don't need somebody on the other side. I'm like, but you kind of do.
you totally
like-
do.
He's like, well, you got Bosa, you got the guy you got from the Eagles, you have Armstead, you got this guy. I'm like, yeah, but they don't have a solid starter, like a guy you could say, this is my starting defensive end.
That leaves somebody for the running back to chip every play. Okay, when you've got somebody on the other end, it's you gotta pick one. You know what I mean? You gotta pick one.
I love all the depth we got, but we had a lot of depth last year, and nobody stood up other than Bosa. If you had a legitimate,
Bosa.
like that's why I think Justin Houston is like the best option. He's old, okay. Mentor, check.
I'll take him over Joe Clark.
10 sacks a year, even at his age. That means he's productive, check. And you don't hear any character issues about him, check. So he played on a championship team with the Kansas City Chiefs. So like, to me, he would be a plug and play guy. He wouldn't play all the time, but he would be your starting. Would he be your starting end on base downs? Would you bring him in on the NASCAR package? But then you would probably want Drake Jackson to be on. You know, it's interesting.
I'd love that. I'd take Justin Houston over Frank Clark. I mean, I like Clark too, but I'll take Justin Houston. I think Justin Houston's better.
You know, I agree with Bash on that one. I would take Houston also.
You know what I heard the other day? I heard John V. You know, the guy that makes the money or whatever. John V. He's
This one?
You know,
The locker room?
No, different John.
You know, the guy who's a big Jets fan. He used to do a whole bunch of garage sailing, and then he like built this huge company or whatever, and now he's big.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so he was saying he was talking to an NFL head coach. Yeah, NFL head coach. Now, mind you, he's a big Giants fan, or not Giants fan, but a big major Jets fan. Okay, saying I'm talking to an NFL coach. I'm thinking it was Robert Saleh, and the coach was explaining, hey, we could have got this guy who was higher on our draft board, but we went with this other guy who was lower on a draft board. And he was like, why would you ever do that? And he says, because the guy who's higher on our draft board is going to go out Saturday night. He's going to be out till like 3-4 in the morning. And he's like, oh, and he's going to do horrible the next day. He's like, no, he's going to have this many catches. He's going to have this and that, you know, all this stuff, right? The problem is he's going to take 6 other guys from the team with him, and they're going to have shitty days. You know what I'm saying? He said the guy we picked, he's the one that keeps the 7 guys to stay in. So they'd rather have the guy who's going to keep them in there, the leader. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's not a good decision, boys. You know, you want to make more money and get your bag contract? It starts right now, and this is how we do it. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling Robert Saleh got that same ideology. I'm guessing it's Robert Saleh, and I'm guessing he got it from the 49ers. So that's the 49ers philosophy when I heard it. You know what I mean? When I heard it, I was
Niners
like,
are big on character. Niners are big on character.
If you were captain
they made the mistake with Reuben Foster, and they're like, nope, no more.
If you were captain on your football team and everybody can't do nothing but speak highly of you outside of the game, those are the people they're looking for. And in the draft, I've noticed this too. We're like, they're reaching, they're doing this and that. No, in their schematics, somebody could take them from here and there. So they would rather get him then. You know what I mean? And this is how they do it. So it makes sense to me.
100%
This is
true.
how we do it.
It's character over your ability to play on the field.
Because what they think is they could, other than quarterback, is they could teach people everything they need in their positions.
But
you know what I
can't
mean? They
teach character.
They need like
Either you got it or you
instinct. They need like instinct, smarts. You know, the couple depending on the position, they need a couple of traits to work with. Other than that, they need you to be a leader and somebody who is coachable.
And yeah, certain people aren't coachable. That's the thing.
Well, I don't even know that if that's true, because some people that supposedly aren't coachable, they go to like Seattle and they do great up there. What's his name? The coach for Mike Tomlin. He said saying that a coach or a player is uncoachable is like it's a scapegoat for a coach that doesn't want to put in the effort to figure out how to reach somebody.
You can hate Pete Carroll, but that boy can coach a player.
He can coach.
Because unfortunately, a lot of these people with personal character issues, it's not about you can't teach something on the football field to them because they've got stuff going on outside.
They need to be worked on first.
Exactly. That's what's causing all these roadblocks all the way up there. You can't just be like, oh, well, he's okay in practice, so I guess we did. No, you got to fix him outside first. There's no way he can concentrate like you want him to on the field when he's got all this other shit that's making him do all this whack shit that you see a little bit of in practice.
It will bleed into the field if it's not taken care of.
Oh, totally.
Hey, when the Bulls signed Rodman, they told coach, like, listen, we'll take care of him.
He was still Rodman. He was still Rodman.
But he did what he had to do on the court.
Well, but he was still the same player, though. It's not like he changed mentally, though.
Well, there was one time.
Bad, though. Come
remember when he went AWOL?
Yeah, and they let him go to Las Vegas for like 2 days during a playoff series. Yeah,
he had to get his freak
get out of your system, right?
He probably had to get a little stank on the hang low, and then he came back to practice.
Springer.
They probably told him, as long as you can perform on the court, hey, just don't get locked up.
He used to get away with a lot of fouls on the Bulls. I'll tell you that one.
And social media wasn't the way it is today.
Those were the great days. I love how he used to get in everybody's head. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they let him get away with a lot. Though.
Can you imagine Dennis Rodman now with the media that we have now?
He'd be out of the league. First of all, he would be Well, actually, no. And never mind. I'm not going to say what I want to say.
I know you were going, bro.
Oh man, I could have. How would I got canceled?
Yeah. You don't want to go there.
Wow, I almost said something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At least you caught it, bro.
I'm thinking.
You couldn't back.
I'll tell you guys after the stream. I can't type it out. It's too long.
We'll cancel you after the stream.
That's what she said. No.
She doesn't want length. She wants girth.
What is the song? Instead of sorry, Miss Jackson, I want to have one that says, "Who is Drake Jackson? Ooh, are you for real?"
So, quick,
never meant to make Drake, a QB cry.
I think this is the one thing I got to say about Drake that I'm uneasy about. In that interview with Coach Kasarik said, "I think he's one of the guys who comes out in year 2 or year 3 and has success, or has, you know what I mean, that comes out and he's got his NFL body pretty much." Okay, Coach Kasarik has been with him for the last, I don't know, 2.5 months, right? 2 months, 2.5 months, right? Something like that. So he knows very well where he could be in 2 more months? And he's already kicking on another year. So I'm not saying that Drake Jackson won't have a better year. And I'm not saying he can't be a rock star. I'm just saying I don't think this year we'll see a Drake Jackson in his full form.
I just don't think you could hitch the wagon to a guy like that yet. I want to see him play behind.
Year three is when they start really breaking out.
Let him play behind a veteran, and if he outshines the veteran, then he's the guy. But
he spent his whole college career jumping around body types.
Yep, and
so
positions.
he was never able to build off the same foundation year after year after year after year. So this is where I think he's at, and I think he will still be successful at times because he has that athleticism. He's got that bend. You know what I mean? But I
And
don't
what's a
think
successful season for him, Ryan?
He can do
This year,
triple
in your
backflips. The
mind.
guy's an amazing athlete.
for him this year,
Yeah, in your mind, like how many sacks and how many batted downs to kind of be like not
well, let's
completely
see.
good, but enough to know
How
that
many-
next year is going to be better.
He had like 4 batted passes last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it
And
was
3
4.
interceptions.
He barely played, but he got a bunch of bad
3
bad passes,
interceptions.
yeah. 3 sacks.
I mean,
Yeah,
3 sacks.
3
Sorry.
sacks. Okay, because I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm thinking second. I want to put him as a
Laura,
I would
President
think-
Ferrigno, are you related to Lou? The Hulk.
I would think if he got somewhere around 6 to 8 sacks, that I would be ecstatic.
6 to 8,
the-
8 sacks would be awesome.
That's what. Well, that's why I'm
You
saying
get 10 from Hargrave and
I'm
7
staying
from DeForest. Yeah.
with 6,
There you
I'd
go, Mr.
be
Secretary.
like happy. That's what I would expect him to get this year is about 6. You know what I mean? But like I said, 6 to 8. You know what I mean? Anything past 8 is like you're balling out there, son.
So anything past 8, he's arrived. Around 5 or 6, he has the potential to even do better the following
I
year.
don't know. I don't know if it would be arrived yet
The
because
bottom line.
he might even be better the next year and might be really a problem. Like I said,
Jerry
Kosaric has
Tar's
been
talking double digits.
yeah. Kosaric was talking with about 2 weeks with him. He's 2 months with him. He's doing better, but you can see it in 2. So in other words, he sees that really he could be in his final form in year 3, and that's what I'm saying. So like if he has a moderate season for anybody, you know what I mean, do like 6 to 8 sacks. Let's say he has I don't care. I like the batted balls, don't get me wrong. I want pressures.
Yeah. Hit the quarterback.
want
for
to
crying out
pressure-
loud. I don't
pressure
care
those
about
balls.
batted balls either.
I
Pause.
like them, don't get me wrong.
We
It
lost
means-
the
I like
Super Bowl
pressures
because of
more than
batted
I do
balls,
anything
man. They
else.
matter.
Yeah, I like pressures, and especially because pressures mean you're getting close. And if you can consistently get pressures, you're going to start getting things like forced fumbles. You know what I mean? And that's really what I want from him. Him having batted down balls means that he's probably stunning up the middle, hopefully, when he does
Also
it.
means he's getting stopped and he's having to put his
That's
hands up.
kind
'cause
of
he-
that's
But at
kind of
least
what I'm
if you
thinking
have
too.
that awareness and you're getting stopped to put your hands up, I mean, look
No,
at Chris
I-
They
Jones.
pay you to hit the quarterback. They don't pay you to
Remember
knock
Chris
down
Jones in the
passes.
Super Bowl? He had 2 batted down passes.
No,
I-
the
they
fourth
don't pay you
quarter
to knock it down,
against
but
us.
if you can't get to the quarterback, at least
He was also living
Put
in the
your hands up.
backfield too.
But I'd like to see him like his batted passes go down for more pressures, if
Yes.
that makes
yes,
sense.
I agree.
Okay.
No, that makes completely
Yeah.
sense because he's disrupting the quarterback. He's getting the quarterback uncomfortable. He's
The
pushing
rhythm.
the quarterback inside to the big boy like Hargrave. That's why I like pressure. Sacks can be overrated sometimes because I seen players get sacks. Remember that one player? He was with Atlanta. He was I forgot his name. He had all these sacks, but the dude had hardly no pressures, and he's not even in the league now. He's playing for the XFL or something. He was the lead pressure for Atlanta 2 years ago.
Didn't we see Joe Burrow in like the AFC championships like get sacked twice in a row and then just come back and throw the ball? You know what I mean? Like I want to disrupt their timing. I want them to think that
Yes. Now, if you get a
never
sack
know
on
when
top of
something's
it,
coming.
hey, hell yeah.
Imagine
Right?
what Burrow would be with an actual offensive line. He's played behind shit so far, and he's been balling.
He's going to
out.
have an opportunity this year. His offensive line is going to be pretty decent this year.
As
We'll
far
see.
as
I wanna
Robert
comment
Beal
on-
Jr. goes,
Low the Truth 05. He says, I want to see Robert Beal Jr. does a camp. I would pump the brakes on him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a
Congrats on
he's a
him.
project.
you know
he's
what
a
though?
he's a super big project who even at college and anytime he shined never was the guy. So
But
He's
he was
got
on a stacked
skill.
defense, though. He was on a stacked defense. And the
Right.
one thing he probably can do good right away, right off the bat, he should be able to do it, is that he should just be a speed guy right off the bat and just be that one-trick pony, probably.
no, I'm
yeah,
not saying he
they
can't be
were-
good, but if you want a good hold on. So I was gonna say if you want to get a good scouting report on him, go listen to Locked On 49ers, Peacock and Crocker. They definitely knocked down my excitement for him for
Well,
sure.
they said early on in OTAs he just looks a lot smaller than a lot of guys
Yeah,
at
he
his
did look
position.
small, bro.
He doesn't weigh that much,
They
but
said he was slow too.
I don't know. I keep saying he's so fast, and Kosaric loves to get his get off, but we'll see.
I don't care. I don't care about size. I guess if you've
Well,
got
you want
this,
him
That's what she
if
said.
you can disrupt the quarterback,
if you've
or,
got the
or get to
speed,
him.
if you got the speed, like Drake Jackson does his best when he cuts inside. He's better rushing from the inside. So if you can get just a fast guy who you can line up in the wide 9 and just come around the edge on somebody, you don't necessarily have to be strong if you're not getting touched. You know what I'm saying?
That's the Sicilian and Aaron. We just saw it.
I got
Guys
some
are making
Sicilian too. Not as much.
Hey, what up, Twin
Yeah.
Empire? Had this guy on my show
I want to give
before.
a shout out
What
to
up,
Dion.
Twin? What's good?
Dion
fellas?
show yesterday. What was the name of the what do you
The
call
get
it?
the fuck out of here segment.
Yeah, get the F out of
Get
here.
the fuck
segment.
out of here.
Him,
What up, Twin Empire?
49 Media
That's
and
definitely
Brandon
liking it.
were killing it, bro. Shout out to 49er Dion, man. He was killing
Niner
it.
Game Podcast.
Niner Gang podcast. Yeah, it was
Let's,
fun. If you haven't watched it, you gotta go check it out.
Another player that heard is making big strides in OTAs and could push for a starting job this year is Jair Brown. Brandon Ayuk spoke really highly of him. As far as how he's looked in OTAs, as far as what do you say, almost 5 interceptions.
Yeah, 4
just in OTAs.
and almost 5. Yeah,
And he's been super disruptive. Talks very little, plays very hard. I forgot where else I heard. There were some other people that follow the 49ers closely that say it's not out of the realm of possibilities that he could. I mean, do I think he's going to eventually take the job? Maybe even this year, maybe at some point. Possibility. Tyshawn Gibson is a 1-year deal, and he's gone.
hot take, bro. Hot take. He takes over Deshaun Gibson's week 1. He'll be the week 1 starter.
He's
That would
already
be-
getting some first team reps. So
Yep.
That's the thing too. That's what I was going to say. That was the point I was.
And they'll bring in
trying to
Deshaun
find.
as a third when they play 3 safety sets. But I think Jair Brown will be starting opposite of Hufanga.
and some
Week
people
1.
say that we might have a hunting badger on our hands. So
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, that's a good thing. Hate him.
Now everybody looks good in shorts, right?
Right.
not until you put the pads on.
Wait till you're going up against
Put on
all
the
our
mat-
starting players.
put on the
Also,
maxi pads.
also, wait until you're playing with all our starting players.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
Kittle, Debo,
Well,
Ayuk,
no,
CMC.
I'm more mean like Hufanga.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
If-
the
if-
surrounding
if-
cast around him. Yeah.
If
So he'd look even
everybody's
better because he'd be protected.
if everybody's looking to intercept the ball, who's looking to sneak behind him? You know what I mean?
Players.
What's Hufanga's downfall? He's always looking to come downfield.
Yeah,
He's always
and someone
biting.
sneaks
He's
behind
always
him.
looking at the quarterback trying to bite. He
They
bites
both
a
have
lot.
similar. They both have similar weaknesses in their game. Bad
See what I'm
angles,
saying?
lack of
So,
top end speed. So essentially, you have
this-
2 guys that can get burned deep
By
That's not going to be
being
fun.
by being greedy.
well,
And you see
Yeah.
Deshaun Gibson on the sideline going like this to the coach.
yeah. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up. Not that it's like in a horrible position to be in.
My boy Tosh Kip.
Obviously, if you can get 2 interceptions a game and only give up 1 long touchdown and that's it, you know what I'm saying? Then
That might
I'll
be the
take
game,
that.
though.
Well, no, if you can hold them, you know what I mean, and all they get is that 1 long touchdown, that gimme.
My
And
boy
you can
Nano's going
intercept
to
him
handle
twice and
business
hold
this
him.
year.
This is another thing. Like, if we had somebody like Trey who could throw the ball down the field, I think we should be doing things where we use our offense to run down the clock. But once we figure out, hey, our defense is well rested, we should be able to go, hey, let's try and do a quick, down the field. Let's get a touchdown in 3-4 plays type of scheme. You know what I mean? Let's just work the field, get everybody down there. Boom. Let our defense come back out on the field. Hopefully, they can 3 and out them like they've been doing all game. That's what I'm saying. If you can 3 and out people consistently, why not just kind of, if you had somebody like Trey who could push the ball down the field in just a couple of throws, why not attack people like that? You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't like, I was talking with Bryant Culp, and Bryant Culp did not want to subject our defense to extra time out on the field. They wanted our offense to suck up all the time, which I totally get, because I want our defense, huffing and puffing and have all the air in their chest and being able to go out there and hit people. But also at the same time,
That's why we got a kicker.
if they're 3 and outs, if there's 3 and outs over and over and over again, they're rested. They're well rested. I'd rather let them go out there and hit some people more in the offense. You know what I mean? So they're not as rested. So the offense isn't as rested in like the second half of the game.
I think this offense is going to be great. I think our offensive line is going to, we have to wait and see what McKivitz does. But I think this offense is going to be great. Our receiving core is good. Running game is going to be good.
What about offensive line?
Jordan Mason is going to back up.
He just said offensive line is going to be good.
Well, Chris Forrester had some interesting points last week about their offensive line.
I want to bring up somebody, a sleeper on the offensive line. Now, the Joey Fisher thing has went to shit, in my opinion, because
he's a guard.
People were hyped up that they said, we were supposed to draft him in round 3 and he's a third round talent. We got him as a UDFA. Well, now we just stacked up like 20 guards and we have no tackles. So they're never going to play him at guard. To me, that's a total waste.
You mean tackle?
Yeah, they're never going to play him at tackle. I mean,
his arms are too short to play tackle.
There's a tackle that might step up and do something as a backup or a swing guy. Lamar Watson. He was a tight end. He went to the same school as Spencer Burford. He's played right by him, but he was a tight end in college. 6'5", 275 pounds. When drafted out of college, he was a tight end the whole time in college, but ran a 4.85, I believe. Now the 49ers had him on the roster from September onwards last year on the practice squad, and they beefed him up a little bit. He's about 315 now, I believe, at 6'4", 6'5". He's still pretty fast.
40 now. God.
Well, they were saying he still looks pretty shifty with his movement and his feet. So I'm just saying he's a guy to look out for in preseason, and maybe he can be a good sleeper type of guy. He's
remember Joe Staley went from tight end to tackle.
Well, Staley was a high school tight end. This guy's a college tight end. But
college.
Yeah.
What about Colton at right tackle? Chris Forrester said he's not as good of a run blocker as McGlinchey, so we can get over that one.
Against the pass.
But he's very good in pass protection. So
he seems like he's a more solid guy, which is what we were asking for.
I'm still not completely confident in that.
But isn't that how we felt, Aaron?
That's why I was excited
Brindle
about the Joey Fisher thing.
And so nothing's changed.
We felt uncomfortable about Jake Brindle taking over at center.
We did.
We're like, man, why didn't they draft a center? Why didn't they get one?
Luna?
We were uncomfortable, and he did all right. So I trust Chris Forrester, and I think McKivitz,
this year, Brindle, it should slow down for him.
Yep.
So that might even be better things for our offensive line, because not only will they have like 4 of them will have a year together, you know what I mean? But then you also have like your center is things will slow down for him.
Yeah.
That he's seen more things. He doesn't have to, think on the fly. Essentially, it'll just be a little bit more muscle memory for him. Yeah, things might go better. All we got to worry about is that right tackle. And who knows? We might not even have to really worry about it because they've got it figured out like they did last year. I just wish, damn it, they would actually draft some frickin' tackles. Because every year, through the draft, I don't know if you heard me complaining about this, but we've already got enough frickin' guards. We got enough guards. Hey, we got enough guards.
We have 2 guards that are probably going to be starting for the next 10 years. And
we got enough guards,
and Aaron Banks,
which is why we don't need to get so many other guards. We
don't need more guards. We literally have a ton. We have probably more than a metric ton of guards.
Hey, what's up, Steve-O? I know it's you, so he can stop playing.
Yeah,
Steve-O.
What's up, Luke Luna?
Luke Luna, long time.
My cousin.
A long time.
That
is one of these days. If I ever decide to get a tattoo, I'm going to travel. He's a ginger like me too, so we're automatically like
fucking ginger.
Ginger ale.
Any last stuff? Is? That is Jim Everett.
Jim Everett. That is him, the guy who sacked himself in the playoffs.
That's Lance of Trey.
Whoa, Beto with the Trey Lance card.
Yeah, look at when he was in college.
Like
thank you to Mariah for forever faithful. 49 faithfully.
Faithfully.
So many podcasts I get confused.
That's a Roger Craig.
You were born a ginger, Bebop?
I hate the word ginger. I think that word's terrible.
Me too.
It's okay. Look.
But the color of ginger doesn't match red.
I just don't like how it's kind of
At least they don't call me Ginger
It's
Minge. That means that
It's
they're
ginger.
making-
I
You know what a
hate that
ginger
word,
minge
ginger.
is?
It's so stupid.
yeah.
means they're
Sorry.
making reference to your.
No,
Yeah.
you're coming up with some sexual reference. that
Haven't
nobody
you
knows.
ever seen South Park?
Ginger.
Oh, Mingy. You don't remember Oprah? That South Park with Oprah?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Mingy. Oh. You need
pinche soundboard.
to
I never watched it. I only watched Beavis
Wait.
and Butthead growing up.
wait. Beto, can you put on the high pitched voice and then say taco kisses for me, Ben?
Casos, take it for me, Ben.
Taco kisses for me,
Say
Ben.
it's Taco
Taco
Tuesday.
kisses for me, Ben.
There you
Say
go.
Taco
Hi.
Tuesday.
These pinches tacos, they kiss it for Mr. Ben.
Haven't you seen a South Park?
Fucking
No, I
no.
don't watch South Park. It's too rated R for me.
Cartman made his hand into Jennifer Lopez,
Oh,
jeez.
shit.
and then he made
Tell
a
me more.
song Taco Kisses.
Oh,
And then Ben Affleck
dude, that woman is
wanted
still
to-
hot for her age.
wanted to date Cartman's hand, and so they go out to make out point, and well, J-Lo gives Ben some
I bet she does.
yes, she did. So watch South Park.
I
Taco
hate
kisses.
Ben Affleck.
Taco kisses for me, Ben.
He sucked at Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bebop over here talking about burrito tacos. Yeah.
Birria.
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 Pinche-
Yeah, yes. I am
Pinche
Peachy
gringo.
Gringo.
Barrias.
So, what's going on everybody's channel this week? Anybody got any guests? Anything you want to promote? Go right
I
ahead.
have great guests. I'm gonna have some.
I have
There's some
great
people who
guests.
canceled on me recently because they had to reschedule. So I'm gonna
Yep.
try to bring them on early in the week this week. But on Friday we had the show called Ballin' with Ted and Bash. So Friday's
saw
3
that.
o'clock.
Sorry I
3
didn't
p.m.
chime in.
Pacific
I
time.
was sleeping.
Yeah,
most
you,
of the day.
you're never on my shows anymore, Aaron. I don't know what's going on here. I
I'm
never
s-
see you on my chats anymore.
I
It's like you
know.
don't
It's been like
care
five
about him,
five
Aaron.
You,
shows straight.
you have to have over 2,000 followers, bro. Otherwise, you won't show up.
Is that the criteria? I haven't.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
haven't hit
have
the
at
Trey
least.
Lance
You
ceiling
gotta at
yet.
least have 30 people.
I gotta hit the
viewer in
Trey
your-
Lance ceiling.
You won't
Show
waste
some
his time.
support. All right.
Show some effing support.
I need some support. You guys aren't showing.
Show me some support. Can I get 28 freaking likes in this channel? Yeah, my name is CJ Stupid Pendejo.
Why do you have to get me involved in your silliness? Stop.
Shardol,
And
where
I
are
like
you?
men. Go CG. Go CG. Go to prison and get your ass.
The people who come here for straight up football talk are gonna be like clicking off right now. Like, look at these goofballs.
You
I have
literally
no
just
idea
lost
what
the
they're
room.
talking about.
All right. So,
No, but if that person hears it, he knows.
I think
Anybody?
they're laughing though. They're just not showing it.
anybody shows
Anybody
this
what?
week?
Yeah, Friday
Okay.
for me, real quick. Friday, Tuesdays, with my co-host over here, Mr. Ryan and Mariah. We have our Tuesday shows, which is tomorrow. Anyway, it's at 6 p.m. and I believe it's on my channel.
I think it is yours.
Yeah, my channel. I got it. Okay. Tomorrow, so come and check us out. And then on Friday, I have my other co-host Jess from East Coast Red and Gold. We do the Niners Now podcast on my channel, and we have our own channel now on YouTube. So please go to YouTube, type in
I did not know that.
Niners Now Pod, and it'll take you straight there. And just subscribe if you can.
Ryan.
Oh, you heard what Beto said. You catch me tomorrow on his
You
channel.
you will be on 49ers and Friends with him and Mariah, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And then tonight, right now, actually, make sure you all go over to Corey Davis's chat and to Corey Davis's show. I think it's the trivia night. I think we ran a little long here, so I might be a little late, but that's where I'll be next. And then Wednesday, I got the rivalry on my channel with Joe Stevens. And
That's a
then
good
Friday,
show, bro.
I thought you were
That's
about
a
to
good
say
show,
Joe
guys. Check it
Staley.
out.
and then
Great
Friday, I got
Seahawks
the
fan.
Friday night show. Yeah, Joe is a very good Seahawks fan. Friday nights, it's always a mess. So stop on, man.
If you just
Brian
want
with
to
those
kick it and hang
marathon
out
streams.
and just talk about anything and hang out with the boys and girls, Friday night's a blast, man. I haven't had a chance, but lately,
I think Jess might even show up. We're also trying to do some things. We're trying to do. If you ever seen SNL, we're trying to start the show with like a weekend update type. But,
oh, really?
We're trying to. Yeah, we're trying to evolve it. Don't just give us some time, and if you want to help us jump in
And
the
that show has great
give us
sponsors.
feedback. Yes, we have great sponsors.
Sponsors.
Do you know about do you got sponsors like I do, Aaron?
No.
You see my sponsor? Oh, I got Renob's Hardwood Wax and Shine. It's
well,
to
let
keep
me
your
ask you guys,
hardwood lasting longer.
Do you guys have Pig in a Pickle with locations in Emeryville and Corte Madera? The best
that's wrong,
barbecue
Bash.
in Northern California. Pig in a
That's
Pickle.
wrong, Bash.
Sounds like you're
That's hilarious.
A pig in a pickle.
Pig in a Pickle.
Hey, I got a shout out from him making fun of me on his stream, Larry Kruger. That was always cool.
I just love.
He
saying
made fun
Pig in a
of you?
Pickle.
He mocked me.
Oh, hey, so if any of you guys want any of
that's
Renob's
all right.
Hardwood Wax and Shine, make sure to use the promo code RUN at purchase, at checkout, sorry. That's RUN now.
Hey,
I'm
where's
slow.
What's the
Just
joke
got
that I'm
that one.
missing?
Spell
I
Renob
have-
backwards.
I have I think Wednesday, both my streams, I have Ted at 6:30 and Raj at 10. I think Raj said go Wednesday because of what's going on this week with the OTAs or mandatory mini camps. So that might be it for a while for me. I might take a little bit of a hiatus once there's that little gap between now and the beginning of training camp. Unless there's like breaking news or something really big to talk about. Maybe we sign an edge rusher or Bosa gets paid or something between now and the beginning of camp. Yeah, this will be kind of like my swan song, at least for a couple weeks.
That's why he's got to pay for advertising, because the word of mouth doesn't work.
Well, I remember I don't know if I saw it in the chat. I think I saw it in the
Pig in a
chat or I
pickle
saw it
and
on
it's not
Twitter.
good.
But somebody said I went to Pig in a Pickle and it was really pricey and it was just it said it wasn't worth the price.
You know, when he
It
said
is,
Larry
so.
Kruger mentions it doesn't sound convincing. It's like he has to say it because it's a sponsor, but you can tell he's like pig in a pickle. But
Man, I just think it's messed up that like I had him on my channel all those times and like I looked like so forward to talking to him because like I looked up to him as like a Bay Area guy, talking 49ers on the radio. Because I didn't just, and then like people make fun of me because I made comments about the fact that certain big names came over to YouTube and took it over and freaking dried up all the views, and everyone's like, everyone agrees with me, but I'm just the only one that sits there and says anything. And like, there's only a couple sheep that don't believe in that. It's usually the people that have all the views, and everybody knows that since those guys came to YouTube, it's been harder and harder.
But my only argument is though, I'm not trying to be mean, but I mean you have to
He's
have.
not being mean.
I mean, like we have to have some direct, tangible proof that says 100%. The 100% those guys are the reason that the views on my channel, your channel, whatever, drop down. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, you may think that in theory, but I'm just saying, at least in my opinion, we don't know for sure.
I want to make sure.
reasons.
I want to make sure people realize, though, I totally respect people that have worked in the industry that have connections. If I'm going to pick a guy to do, a carpenter to do stuff on my house, I'm going to have a master carpenter come in. I'm not going to have an apprentice.
What you know is who you know.
Okay, and people say it's not who you know. Like you said, it's not what you know. It is who you know. It totally matters.
Well, it helps
totally matters
to know people. But
I
if you
appreciate
suck, and
that,
I'm not
Luke.
saying you,
Knowing
Rapper, but if
people
you suck
definitely
as a
helps.
content creator, I don't care how many people you know.
I
you're
don't
still not
think
gonna
I'm
have
a
no
great
followers.
content creator, but I don't think I'm dog water.
No,
And I don't think
I'm
you
not saying
guys are
you
dog
directly,
water
but-
either. Listen, when you got 200 people watching a stream on like 4 streams, so you got like 4 streams running concurrently, right? All of them got between 150 to 250 to 300 people watching. And then you have like me or other people. It's like it's a little tilted. And again, they have all the right to have all. But I'm just
I had
saying,
35 at one time and I got all wet. Excitement.
I was there. I was there.
Yeah, it's like
Remember when you got raided?
Look at me. I got 35 people touching my nipples.
Bento was like, look at the numbers. And like we're watching the room go.
You just
Bento's like,
oh look, well,
Ryan, that's right. You were with me. Yeah.
Yeah, like Bento was like it shook him for not like he was shaken by it, but like
no, I was I was taking shock.
Yeah, he was taken aback for like after it went down. He was still like, "Oh, you're gonna have to give me a second." Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it was
still buzzing. You were still
buzzing.
It went from like I don't know 14, maybe 12 to like 100. You know what I mean? Like, holy
That's
shit.
pretty cool.
And then it dropped, obviously, because it was one of those what do they call it?
Raid.
Yeah,
raid.
Yeah, which it was kind of nice that they picked my channel, but yeah, man. And I didn't know it at first. I should have said, I said subscribe, but Packer fans don't want to subscribe to me. I should have said, just hit the like button. But anyway, it was my first time and I was shocked. I was like, holy, because you know how you look at the comments and they kind of go up momentarily. When that 100 people or more hit, I think it was going like a machine gun. I'm like, oh crap. And Ryan was just taking it in, not laughing at me, but smiling like I lost it.
He wasn't laughing at you. He was laughing with you.
No, even if he did, bro, I wouldn't blame him. I was laughing at myself watching that video again. I'm like,
I was just happy.
I'm telling you, my nipples got hard. I got all wet. I had to dry my
hair. Bento had
chair.
just had his channel taken away, and he was
That's
on.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
It was on my small channel before I got my channel back.
Yep,
you know who should have a lot more subs on their channel when they
again.
got their channel taken away was Breezy. That makes me so mad.
I don't know how you got your channel back, but Breezy didn't get his channel back.
Bento was questioning whether to go.
Mine was because of some type of penalty. They said Breezy was stolen by an idiot that he trusted.
That little kid,
a little kid that he trusted, and that's completely different. Nowadays, it's sad that you can't trust nobody, even if they show good intentions. You got to be careful, man. And I hated that it happened to Breezy.
But he said it was dry.
I'm laughing at him now. He's saying about the pulled pork sandwich.
He said it was dry
mac
too.
and cheese with a drink, 28 cents.
Oh my gosh.
$28.
I wonder why they need sponsors.
$28. God damn, 28 cents. That would have been like in the 40s.
28. Well, how was the portion, man? $28. Jeez, you could go to a freaking buffet for that cost.
Oh, my brother made a brisket the other day. It cost him $100 to make. Or it cost him $100 at the butcher.
Meat's expensive.
Bro,
how big was the brisket though? It must have been pretty big.
It's pretty big.
Dude, briskets didn't used to be anything.
I've had four servings. I had three sandwiches the day of, and I've had a lot. It was a lot left over. It was fantastic.
He's got the meat sweats.
All I gotta say is sometimes I'll get the specials at freaking Costco or Safeway, like a huge piece of meat. I forgot what cut it is. Like tri-tip, like $3.99 a pound or $2.99 a pound, and I'll roast it in the oven for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll serve it the next day. I'll slice it up as roast beef sandwiches. Way better than any roast beef that you could buy from the deli counter.
You ever notice?
I still want to try your pizza, Bash.
Well, we'll do it.
I got to test your sauce up against my mom's. I got to see.
Mine's. I have really good. We'll put it this way. I have a friend. I make my own sauce, and my friend called me a week later. How do you make this sauce? How do you make the sauce? I want to bottle it and sell it.
How do you make your sauce?
No, my friend wants to bottle my sauce and sell it.
You should tell him it's not sauce. It's sauce.
It's actually salsa.
We say salsa.
Yeah, just like in Italian.
In Arabic,
what's funny?
Salsa.
If you watch Guy Fieri, Mr. Fourth Generation Italian fake ass, he's so fake. Listen, he goes to all those places. I don't want anybody who thinks like Italian people are stupid. They talk like Jersey morons or people from. We don't call it gravy. No one calls it gravy. No self-respecting Italian calls it gravy.
What do they call it?
Oh my God! Gravy, Sunday gravy.
I know one. I met one Italian guy that said gravy was an older guy.
Yeah, and he probably lived in New York or Boston or Jersey or somewhere.
He said he's from Calabrese originally. I don't know if he.
Well, he's a disgrace.
I don't think he was born there, but he said his family's from there.
Of course.
You're Italian by name only if you're saying it like that.
But
He's like,
you were
if you
raised
wanna
by
make
other
the
people,
gravy.
and they told you what they thought.
My
was
mom,
of
when
your
she watches that, she's just like,
ancestors.
shut up.
What
It's
is
just
what
like
do you
my
call
mother
it?
used to make, huh?
What do you
Huh?
call it the correct way?
It's supposed to be like salsa. Like salt.
We
It's
say salsa. We say
It's the
salsa.
same thing, salsa.
yeah. That's what they or. I mean, like
But
my,
what
my
is it, though?
mom. My mom speaks dialect Sicilian.
Okay.
She doesn't speak proper Sicilian. So
And
my mom
Sicilian's
has a lot
different
of.
from Italian.
Yeah, there's like it's a pretty much if you go to Sicily, it's like going down south. They think like they're Southerners. They're dumb. They're poor. They're less educated. People from Italy, especially North
Sicilians.
Italy, think people of North Italy think they're hot, pretty much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's even within your own, I guess race or ethnic background. You got people that are hating on your own. So, people think it's just in America. I tell you, it isn't.
Or,
It's funny,
or you get people hating on you when you say the Rock
we had like
takes
28
steroids.
people. We talk about
My
Italian.
nephew argues with me about
We're
the
down
Rock
to
thing.
9.
Huh? Yeah, people get
we-
mad. The Rock is on steroids.
The Rock. The Rock.
Who?
is
Oh,
on
The
steroids.
Rock.
My nephew gets so mad. He's like, "You're just a hater. Watch, he'll come out. He's clean one day, and you're gonna." I'm like, "There's no way he's clean."
If you smell what the roids are cooking.
Anyways, all right,
The
guys,
Rock.
we're out of here. Everybody have a great rest of your evening. It's nearly 10:40 where I am. Everybody have a great night, and we'll talk to you.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love
Who's
Emma's way.
going to host next week? Beto or
Me, yeah, me.
Yeah.
Beto next week? All right.